Well, my dog is being a little bit bad. I shouldn't say bad. He's just being a little slow to respond. So it's time to do some obedience training with him today, get him back in line. Hey guys, welcome back to another Slightly Rednecked video. Again, my name's Chris. And if you're not familiar with this channel, I do help you to produce your own meat, eggs, and vegetables from your backyard, your balcony, your deck, your garage, or even a spare room in your house if that's the way you want to do it. But today we're talking about dog training. I've actually had a lot of people comment on this, and I've done a video in the past about training my dog, some of the tools I use, some of the things I do to train him, but a lot of people have commented, especially recently, that, hey, would you do a dog training video because your dog seems really well behaved, and most of the time he is really well behaved. So today we're going to talk a little bit about reinforcing some of the training he knows. He's been a little bit slow to respond to me here lately, not in the house, not in the yard, but when I let him out here, he likes to run around back there. There's a groundhog that lives back there. Every once in a while he gets to chase a little bit. Never catches it, just gets to chase it. Some rabbits and things like that that live back in there that he goes back there and looks for him, or a squirrel or something. He perked up when I said squirrel. You guys couldn't see him, but he knows what that word is. He's getting all excited and anxious now. Come here. Yeah, off. Good boy. No, off. Off. Good. No, off. Good. Sit. Sit. Good. And he's responded pretty well to me, like I said, inside the fence. But I let him out here, he's going to tear off and go looking for something. And I want him to be able to come right back to me when I call him. And here lately, he's been a little slow to respond. He'll come back, but he's kind of, okay, I'm coming, just a minute, hang on, just a minute, I'm checking this out first, that kind of thing. So I want him to be able to come right back to me. Now I do have an electric collar for him, a mini educator. I've shown that in video before. When I put that on him, he responds really, really well. I don't even have to use it really. I just have to put it on him. He knows what that means. Now it's got a shock functionality to it. Honestly, I very seldom ever use that. That's only used like if he's got the collar on and he's going to chase a cat across the road and he's running out into the road or something like that. That's the only time he gets the shock. Other than that, it's just a vibrate functionality, and that's all I need. That just gets his attention. He comes right back to me. And he responds really well. He behaves really, really well when that's on. I want him to behave really, really well when it's not on too. And like I said, he's pretty good most of the time. So I'm not going to be breaking that out today. Instead, what I'm going to be working on is some positive reinforcement on that. Now, a couple of tips I can tell you, if you want your dog to be able to come back to you when you call them, is you've got to protect that retrieval word, whatever that retrieval word is. Now for us, it's come. He knows what that means. He comes to me, and when he does, he gets rewarded. Usually it's just, I'm all excited. Yeah, good boy, good boy. He has a, okay, quit. He's getting excited. Quit, off. Sit. Good boy. He gets excited and wound up. He knows I'm going to let him out, and he's kind of excited for that. So anyway, protect that word. Don't just use it whenever you want to. Don't just go out and just start hollering at him over and over and over again. You've got to only use that when you want the immediate return. So we have other words that we use when it's just kind of a, come over here whenever you want to. And that's the other one. He says, come here, that kind of thing is, and he doesn't have to respond right away to that. That's just a, okay, quit. That's just a word. Here, let me let him out. Go, wait. It's another thing you should always teach your dog is wait. So wait. And then whenever I let him go, he's got a word. His word is yes. And now he can go. Now he can go. He can go wherever he wants. Go get him. Get the squirrel. Go get the squirrel. Go get him. He's looking for it. He can't find it. I'm going to let him roam around out there for a minute, get distracted by something. I've got something in my pocket here he doesn't know about. I've got a high reward treat, and that's what I'm going to be. When I call him back, he's going to get that high reward treat for coming back to me. And he's only going to get that for coming back to me because I want that reinforced. I want whenever I use his retrieval command, I don't want to use it right now because he'll hear me say it. I want him to come running like, oh, I'm going to get something. What I've got for him today is a couple of pieces of steak. We grilled some steaks out on the grill day before yesterday, and the pieces that were real fatty and real gristly that we didn't want to eat, we saved those, cut them up in some little pieces, and I have those. He'll do anything for that. He doesn't know I have it. So that's what I'm going to be doing to reinforce that for him. I'm going to call him to me, and when he comes to me, he's going to get excited. I'm going to get excited. I'm going to praise him. I'm going to give him one of those high value treats. Now, I'm going to be doing this for the next couple of days. Probably every time I call him back to me and he responds, as soon as he responds, as soon as he turns and starts coming towards me, he gets the yes word. I don't want to say that too loud. He'll think I'm praising him for something. And he gets the treat when he gets back to me. So every time I call him back, that's what he's going to get for the next couple of days, 3-4 days, until he's just like, every time I call him, he's coming right back to me. And then I'll start varying it a little bit. Maybe every other time I call him, or every 2 or 3 times I call him, and I'll start weaning him off those treats, but he'll still be excited to come back to me. And that's all I need to do to really reinforce that for him. And then once I've got that good and reinforced and he's excited, then we can introduce the collar back to him if we need to. But again, he's really good whenever he has the collar on anyway, so it's not necessary to really to do that too much. I just put it on him most of the time if we're going to be going out public or going to the feed store or something like that. I'll put the collar on him so I don't have to worry about. I mean, sometimes I still put him on a leash. I just hook it to my belt and let it drag. He stays right with me, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But let him get distracted real good. Let me bring the camera out here and we'll watch this. Hopefully he'll go out and catch something. So he knows something's up, but he doesn't know what I'm doing yet. So we're gonna give him a minute to get distracted. Hopefully he finds something he wants to go chase, or he wants to go check something out. And then we'll try calling him back to me and we'll see how he responds. May take just a minute, so don't worry, I'm not gonna make you guys wait that long. I'll cut this part out of the video. I think it's probably I got the camera on and I'm talking to it, so he thinks that he should be involved in that. He's wondering who I'm talking to and wants to see him. There he goes. He's way back there in the back corner. I don't know if you can see him back there or not. Move this camera. Now he's back there. Now that's where he likes to be, and that's where he gets really distracted. So we'll see if he comes back. Max, come. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Yes. All right. Good boy. That's what I want. Oh, look at that. You got a treat. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Very good boy. That's good. That's good. Okay, off. That's good. That's good. That's a good boy. That's what I was looking for. Now he's excited. Now he knows. He knows what he's, and he did pretty good there. He responded to me pretty quick. He was a little bit hesitant there for a second. Must not have been anything exciting back there because he did pretty much come right back to me as soon as I called him. I'm going to give him another minute, see if he'll get distracted again. Try it at least one more time, maybe 2. Again, I don't want to overuse that. I just want to reinforce that. He already knows this command. This is not teaching him the command. This is just reinforcing the command for him. And just so you guys know too, there's no fence back here. He could go really anywhere he wanted to. I say my dog's not responding real well. He's a good dog. He doesn't run off. So I can't complain too much. Even if he is a little slow to respond to me sometimes when he's back there, he's not going anywhere. He's not going into the neighbor's yards. He's not running off down the road or anything like that. So it could be a lot worse. Go get him, Max. Go get him. Let him get all hopefully distracted or something here. And then we'll try and we'll see how he does. Now he's right behind this tree over here. He's up in there he's going. Max, come. Yes. 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 Good boy. That's my boy. Yes. Good boy. There's that treat. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. So that's what I'm looking for from him. I'm looking for him to get all excited every time I call him back. Do that, 2-3 times today. Tomorrow morning when I go out to feed the quail, he always comes out with me and he always makes a beeline back there in that tree line back there. That's when he's been a little slow to respond to me. So I'll be bringing those treats along with me. I'll do the same thing again tomorrow morning, the next day, probably 4 or 5 days. Every time I call him back to me, he gets that treat. And again, another thing I will say is it's one command. I'm not telling him over and over again to come to me. It's one time. He's expected to return on that one time. You don't want to use that over and over again. You don't want to say, I'm going to use a different word. You don't want to say, here, and if he doesn't respond, here, and then he finally responds, because you're training him not to respond until you've given 3 or 4 commands. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. If your dog does not know that retrieval word already, get a long lead, like a 20-foot lead or something like that. You can just get a piece of rope, 20-foot long piece of rope, tie it onto his collar, let him get out there a ways, or have somebody else, your significant other, your spouse, whatever, go and call him to them, have the dog go to them, call him back to you. When you call him back to you, you tug on that leash, and when he turns around to face you, it's yes, praise, whatever your word is. Okay, good boy, whatever. We use yes. Yes, that's his reward word. That means he gets released from whatever he's doing. That means, we're excited. That's his praise word. He always got a treat when he was young whenever we said that word, so that he's conditioned to that. So that's what you need to do. You need to condition your dog to a word like that. As soon as he turns, you pull on that leash to lead him towards you. Not hard, just enough. As soon as he turns towards you, it's yes, reward with the treat. As soon as he gets to you, as soon as he gets to you, quick. And that will be how you get him trained to that word. Once they know that word, then you can start introducing, once they're trained on it, if you have like the mini educator, electric collar, remote collar, you can start introducing some of that to them to reinforce that word. But again, do that slowly. Make sure they know the word first, make sure they understand it, make sure they're responding good to it without it first. He's off there. See how quick he responds to me this time. I bet it's gonna be pretty quick. Let me turn the camera here so we can see what we're doing. Max, come. Yes, good boy. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's exactly what I'm looking for, puppy. Good boy. Good boy. Off. That's good. Off. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Off. Quit. 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 So, while we're out here, he's in training mode. I might as well run him through a couple more of his exercises. So, Max, come here. Good boy. Down. Good. Good. Now, he is trained down, means he's going to be there, he's going to stay. There's no other command, it's just down. He stays there till I let him up. And the word to let him up is his release word, so, oh, you're being a good boy. So he gets praised by good, but that doesn't mean he can get up. Not until I come back to him. Never release him from this position until I come back to him. So I come back to him and I say, yes, good boy. That's good, that's good. There's no treat this time. Off. Good. Heel. Oh, good boy. So now he's responding really well to me. He knows, nope, heel. Good boy, good boy. Yes, good. Let's see if he'll do his other trick. He's got one more trick. He doesn't like, well, he's got a bunch of them, but this one he's not very good with. He only does it usually if we've got some high value tree where he sees it. He's a little confused on exactly what this is. We'll try it, we'll see. Max, speak. Come on, you can do better than that. Speak. Good. Good, come on, speak. Good. Good boy, yes, good boy. That's good, he did. He's good, quick. Off. I like to play with him and have him jump around, but at the same time, it's not a good thing to teach him. We don't want him jumping on people, so I try to discourage that. But again, that's another word I would say you want to protect is whatever his negative word is, no, for example. Don't overuse that word either. So we use nope when he's not doing something right. So if I tell him something like, Max, heel, and he didn't quite do it just right, so nope. There you go, good boy. Yes, good. Off. So we don't use that no word unless he's doing something really bad. He's getting into the trash can. He's about to run out into the road. He's something like that. That's when that word comes out, and it's sharp and it's harsh. And then as soon as he responds to that and gets away, it's praise, it's good boy again. We're all excited again. So he gets that reward. More positive reinforcement behind it than negative reinforcement. Now he's a highly trainable dog. He's very smart. He wants to do a good job. I don't know if he'll pick up my keys for me. I taught him that at one time. We haven't practiced that in a long time. Let's try something here, huh? Let's see. He'll probably embarrass me here and won't do it, but let's see. Max, grab it. No, grab it. Nope, Max. Maybe if I give him a treat, he'll actually do that for me. This is a trick he doesn't do very often and doesn't do very well usually. Oh, I got a big piece here. Grab. Good. Here. Nope. Good boy. Here. Good. Yes, good boy. Good boy. That needs some work. He didn't quite hand it right to me, but that's okay. I reinforced that when it gets in my hand, that's when he gets a reward. And if I worked on that, it wouldn't take very long before he'd get that down pretty well, but it's not that important of a trick to me, so I don't worry about it too much. So anyway, there's a couple of things we can do. I'm not going to worry about really reinforcing any more of that. That's all it's going to take for tonight. When I come out tomorrow morning, I'll bring these treats with me. I don't want him to know that I have them because I don't want him to know to only respond when I have treats, if that makes sense. So they'll be hidden. He won't know that I have them. I'll bring him out. I'll call him back to me. When he responds, he gets praise, he gets the treat. And it's a high value treat. It's not just a normal treat that he gets, you know, all the time. This is a piece of steak, a piece of rotisserie chicken, you know, something like that. That's really high value, special. That's what I'm going to use to reinforce that retrieval command. That's the most important one of all. You want to be able to call your dog back to you. If nothing else, that's what you want. You want your dog to come back to you. Don't overuse it. Don't make it, you know, boring word. Make it something exciting. Every time he does, he gets a treat of some kind. And then after a while, like I said, it'll take 4 or 5 days because he already knows the command. He knows what he's supposed to do. It'll take 4 or 5 days of me reinforcing that with the treat. Then I'll skip a day, maybe 2, and then I'll reinforce it with the treat again. Then I'll skip a day, maybe 2, and then I'll reinforce it with the treat again. I'll do that for another week probably, and then I'll stop reinforcing it with treats. It'll just be the praise. It'll just be the, yes, good boy, and petting him and excited, and he likes that. He responds pretty well to that too. So that's what I'll do, and that will reinforce it well enough. He should start responding to me very, very quickly. And then that's about all I gotta do. I just gotta do that every once in a while. It doesn't take that much to keep him trained. Just when he starts getting slow to respond, I reinforce it again. And then the one thing I will tell you is don't ever punish your dog for not responding to you, not returning to you, I should say. You don't want that to be a negative thing. So like if he runs off there and I call him back and he doesn't come to me, if he's got the electric collar on, I'll buzz it. But as soon as he turns to me, it's praise, it's yes, good boy, good job. You don't want to make it, we have a tendency as people to think that dogs think like we do. Whereas we think if you're punishing him when he doesn't return to you right away, he's going to associate that with because he didn't return right away. That's not how dogs' brains work. The dog is going to associate that with, well, if I go back to him, I got a chance of getting beat or yelled at or, you know, whatever. Don't beat your dog, but you get what I'm saying. So that, don't punish him. Make sure that as soon as he comes back to you, no matter what, it's excitement, it's praise, it's a good thing. He always wants to come back to you. You don't want to get a situation, I haven't always had these insights on dog training. You know, there was a time when, you know, I would get my dogs, what are you doing? I'd finally catch them, come on, let's go. And I'd drag them down the road with me because I was mad. And what happens is those dogs get to a point where they may be slow to respond to you, but then they won't let you catch them. You'll get close to them, then they run a little bit further. You get close to them, they run a little bit further. You always want your dog to be able to approach you, come back to you whenever you call them. Even if they're slow to respond, even if they don't do it right away, that's how you reinforce it to where no matter what, when they come back to you, they get praise, they get excitement, it's good, it's a good thing, it's a positive thing to return back to you. So anyway, a few tips on dog training there. I don't know if you guys want to see more of these videos, let me know. If there's something specific you want to see in the, you know, the dog training type stuff, let me know. I'll see if I can get that covered for you. Again, I'm not the expert dog trainer out here, but I've got a pretty good dog. I've done a decent job with training him, so I might be able to give you a few tips on training your dog. But just, again, so you know, that's pretty much how you train everything. You reinforce it with positive behavior, with treats or whatever, until he gets that down, until he knows it well, and then you move on to, you know, if you've got an electronic collar or whatever, he's just expected to respond to you. But again, that takes some time. Make sure they know it well. I don't force him with that speak command because I know it's a newer trick for him. He doesn't have it down real well, hasn't quite figured it out exactly, or the picking up the keys command. He kind of knows what that is, but he's not real strong on it. It's not great. I want him to be able to do that immediately, every time when there's a treat involved, because I know he's got it down then. And then I'll reinforce it with, if I have to, I'll reinforce it with the electronic collar and some vibrate. So the way that would work is give him the command. If he doesn't do it right away, he gets a vibrate. As soon as he does it, the vibrate's off, the praise is on, it's good job, it's good job, it's good job, that kind of thing. So I don't have to do that very often. Most of the time it's just positive reinforcement with him, but every dog's got a different personality. So some of them are a little bit different. So this time I don't want to use his retrieval command. He's just right over there. He's not going far, but I need to get him back in the fence. So we'll just see if he's not really that distracted. I can probably get him back. Sorry, shaking the camera. I could probably get him back to me without using his, you know, retrieval command and giving him a praise this time. I'll just make it normal. So Max, let's go. That's a good boy. That's my boy. That's a good boy. Let's go. All right, for those of you guys that have been asking me for some dog training videos, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you found something useful out of that. And again, let me know if there's something else you want to see. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, God bless.